Beyond Sustenance, Automobiles, Trains, and Planes, Part 5, Virginia City. Let me just say up front that if you don't like stories that leave you hanging, don't watch this one until the next one comes out. I have a little bit of a personal, moral, ethical issue with what's going into that one, and I don't know if it's going to take days or months to resolve. So that being said, let's go on with the story. So I was really looking forward to Virginia City. I'd heard some wonderful things. I took that road across Mount Rose again. The two-lane road into Virginia City, which is pretty remote, was also very scenic. And then coming into the town, it was amazing. It was so real. It wasn't done up and fake. It really showed some age, but it's authentic. These are the buildings that were there in the mining days, the saloons and Mark Twain's place and like the Fourth Ward School, just incredible. And I was happy. I was good walking up and down the wooden sidewalks and taking it all in. Where it went south was walking into the shops and the visitor center and just, Katrina and I, we did a lot of traveling together. I don't recall a single bad one, and but this traveling without her has been hard, and this particularly was the worst, because I imagined her walking into all these places and just taking a million pictures and talking to everybody, and me just basking in the glow of her in her element. It's very similar at the Folk Art Center in Arkansas, but this was much, much worse. And the sadness was, it was really, really hard. So I took recommendations on both the restaurant and what to eat. And although the people were nice and I really wanted to love it, it was just okay. After eating, I went down a couple of blocks to the Virginia and Truckee Railroad, what was in its time the most profitable short line railroad in the country. Bought a ticket, took a ride. Trains are one of my geek out kind of things, and I thought maybe this would kind of go differently, but after all the feelings in the town, it wasn't getting any better. Something I could recommend. I would have enjoyed it under different circumstances, but not this day. Went back up the hill and through a few more places, just really trying the fake it till you make it thing, which has worked for me on occasion. I have gone places where I was not having a good time and just feeling a lot of emotions, and I just kept pushing and actually finally got there. And in this case, I didn't. So as I'm walking around and just considering how long do I push myself, the feelings of mourning a future loss kind of started to mingle with feelings of rejection, really down on myself. Like, you know, I thought this was great. How could she not want to do this with me anymore? Or maybe this was great, but it was the only great part, and the rest wasn't worth going through to get to this. Just emotions, just stuff that it's human. And although I ended up cutting my trip short because of this, and heading back, it wasn't the worst part. As I left town, another feeling took hold of anger and then resentment and just feelings of betrayal. And, the anger, again, is not something that I like, especially when it just lingers and it's that strong. But I am, with my therapist again, working through, like, let it sit, let it come, because it's something you got to feel. It's something you should feel. And just, if you fight it, you make it worse. And but I was definitely not there on this one. Tried to eat my feelings some more, tried to drink my feelings. I walked when I got back, stopped at a restaurant, walked some more, went to another restaurant, walked some more, went to the place with the live music, nothing, nothing was doing it. I do think that the walking and the, being around people probably kept it from building more. And and before I finish this, I do want to say these things I'm saying, the rejection and the thoughts that I'm having and the all the betrayal, all of these things, I still have these thoughts and these feelings, even though I have learned enough to know that it's not that simple, to know why I did things, she did things, or we neglected to do things we should have done. And there's my motel with that balcony. I spent almost the entire night on working through this stuff. I know that these things aren't fair and aren't truly, honestly accurate, but they still come. And anyway, that's what I was dealing with that day. That night was far worse, and that's the part that I can't do that right now. It'll be in the next video, and I don't know how long that's going to take. I have had some requests for some other talk about mental health that I wanted to put into a final post, and I'm thinking maybe I can skip over the next one and do that, but it's possible I'll need the backstory. So anyway, sorry to leave you guys hanging like this. Thanks for following my journey, and I do hope that in some way it's helped somebody.